asking millionaire homeowners how they got rich. So this is gonna be interesting. So let's see.
Hello, sir. Quick question for you. We go all over the country just asking people a few quick questions on their advice to the younger generation of kids starting out in the real world today. We thought you had a beautiful house. Wanted to know if we could ask you a few quick questions for the channel. Hey, he opened that up, so.
I don't know about you, but this house is probably not the right one for me. It's way too modern, it's way too dark. I don't like the color, I don't like the architecture, but you can already tell that it is a millionaire that's living here. He got very high security and it's probably expensive to live in this area. So let's see what this is all about.
You guys see the Lamborghini, he's got the Aston Martin out.
Very nice
got
cars.
a whole bunch of cars. We gotta figure out what this guy did to be able to put himself here. Excuse me, sir. Is this your house?
It is.
What do you do for a living, man?
I own a...
Los Angeles is the #6 city in the entire world with the most millionaires. Today, we're gonna be going all over Los Angeles, Bel Air, Beverly Hills, and Calabasas, asking multi-million-dollar homeowners how they became successful and how you can start your path to becoming wealthy in 2023.
Okay.
We're right now in the hidden hills of Bel Air, one of the most expensive and wealthy neighborhoods in the entire country. And with that being said,
that look like a very nice place to live. In the mountains with amazing view, amazing weather. It's probably very expensive to live there, guys. And I'm not sure if there are only millionaires. Maybe we're gonna see some billionaires in this video, because 1 million nowadays is not actually a lot of money, and you probably cannot afford a house in that area in Bel Air for 1 million only.
let's get this video on the way. So growing up, I always used to hear about how Beverly Hills had all these multi-million-dollar mansions where all your favorite rappers and movie stars live. Well, today, we're gonna be going up to these homes for ourselves. I wanna run into some of the craziest people in the entire city to figure out what they did to put themselves in these multi-million-dollar houses. They got the Bentley parked out front. We're gonna go up to the door, ask this multi-million-dollar homeowner how they were able to put themselves here. Let's see what they have to say.
Let's see.
Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question.
That's a very nice house. That's a very nice entrance. Look at this, guys. Amazing view, amazing architecture, amazing furniture. I like this already. I don't know about you, but this is gonna be good.
For you. My brother and I, we go all over the country. We're based in Austin, Texas. We grew a channel to over 2 million followers where we go all over the country just asking beautiful homeowners a few questions on their advice to the younger generation. Wanted to know if we could ask you just a few quick questions for the channel.
I'd love to. Come on in.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Very friendly. Inviting him into a house just like that, answering his question. I wouldn't think people would be that friendly in this area, but he's very nice. He's very nice.
How long have you been an entrepreneur for?
22 years.
What industry did you pursue a career in?
Well, I was a former model, but when that was over,
Yeah, I can see that. She's got a great physique. She looks great still.
went into renovating homes and then building homes.
So you've been an entrepreneur for a long time now. Over that period of time, what's the greatest lesson about entrepreneurship that you've learned that you pass on to someone who's about to start their first business in 2023?
Well, one of the things that I love to teach my son is take a risk.
Take a risk. That's probably the #1 quality of successful entrepreneurs is risk taking. If you don't take risk, you cannot be an entrepreneur and you probably cannot be a millionaire. You have to believe in yourself and go into the unknown. You have to jump with courage and persistence and discipline and take risk. Because in contrary to a 9-to-5 job, where you're at the end of the month, you get the same salary over and over, and whatever you do, you get your salary. As an entrepreneur, if you don't make a sale, if you don't get new customers, you're probably stagnating and you're probably losing your business at some point. So it's a very risky path. So you cannot be risk adverse if you're trying to be an entrepreneur. If you're trying to make a lot of money, it takes a large amount of risk to get there. So that's actually very good advice.
risk. Take a risk. You know, I had nothing, and I just believe that if you believe in yourself and you believe in what you do, then the chances are you will be a success.
What would you say has been the most amount of money that you've ever generated in a single year?
Cover your ears, cover your ears, cover your ears. Well, my last property I made 3.5 million on my last property.
That's incredible.
Look at that face, look at the face. Now he definitely wants to come into my business, don't you? Yes.
Wow.
But I'll make more on this.
This kid is
How are you
funny.
able to scale from 6 to 7 figures and then just from beyond there?
Yes. So I was very lucky that I was able to reinvest my profit over.
That's good. That's good. When you're starting out a business from scratch and kind of making some money at the beginning, you want to reinvest the money that you're making into your business. Don't spend all the money you make on expensive things, on a new home, on cars, on clothing, on anything. Keep the money flowing in and reinvest it in your business so that you can grow faster and faster and higher and higher. By reinvesting into your business, you ensure that your business keeps growing. If you take all the money from your business and put it in expensive stuff that you actually don't need, then you're putting your business at risk.
Over and over and over, and what that did was that allowed me to get larger and larger and larger. And then the other thing that you can do is do a 1031 exchange, and what that does, it allows you to push out your taxes because you roll in your profit into your next build. So that just allows you to go bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually you're going to say, okay, I've got to stop now.
Yeah.
But yes, that's a very handy tool as well.
And my final question for you, you know, you've got a beautiful, one of the most beautiful houses I've been in this.
Yeah, our house is very beautiful. I don't know about you, but I like this home. It's very nice, it's very clean, it's very classic. I like the black and white and gray touch. That's something that I can see myself doing in my future home. Yeah.
This is a multi-million-dollar house. What would you say is the best advice that you'd pass on to the younger generation?
Well, I'm a great believer in hard work pays off, and so he actually has my gene. He is me. He's my mini me. So hard work, stay focused. I tell him this every day, don't I? Know your goal, focus on the goal, and don't stop until you get there.
Exactly. That's some very good advice, guys. Having a goal, focusing all your time and all your energy and all your mental focus on this goal, and doing everything in your power to get there. So that's exactly how you found success. Having a goal and focusing there and putting in the work, of course. There's no way you're gonna get successful if you don't put in the work.
I love it. Phenomenal advice. Great interview. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that. Gio, thanks for joining us, man. All right, you guys, that was an absolutely insane experience. She invited us into her house, was a former model, and is now a real estate developer in Los Angeles, one of the most competitive industries to be in. And she is a multi-millionaire. She's an absolute mogul. Had her son out to teach him the financial lessons, but you can tell he's going to be very successful one day. Los Angeles is absolutely insane, man. Keep this going. Hello, sir.
Yeah?
Question for you. Thought you had a beautiful house. Want to know if we could ask you just a few quick questions.
No, I would like to opt out.
What's
Okay,
that?
unlucky.
To opt out.
No worries, sir. Have a good day. Even though we started the day off with a crazy first interview, over the next 6 hours, we had no idea what was coming our way. Hi, my name is James Dumlin. Wanted to know if we could ask you or someone a few quick questions on your advice to the younger
Let's see if
generation.
he can ask some question there.
Right now.
Busy, yeah, Millionaire is actually very busy, so it makes sense.
No worries.
Damn it, bro.
Hi, ma'am. Question for you. I started a channel that I grew to over 2 million followers. How you doing, sir?
Not
Just
interested.
asking beautiful homeowners a few quick questions on their advice to the younger generation.
Yeah, homeowner likes to keep it very private.
Okay.
I think I've seen your channel, by the way.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yeah.
No worries, man.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Have a good one, bro. Although we faced rejection after rejection for hours, right before
That's part of being an entrepreneur, being rejected over and over and over, and keep going. Don't just be discouraged. Keep going, keep working out, keep believing in yourself, keep focusing on your goal, and you will reach success. If you give up after the first rejection, you're not going to get there. It's part of being an entrepreneur, getting rejected over and over again, and keep going.
before we decided to call it a day, this happened. I go all over the country. I'm based in Austin, Texas, just asking people a few quick questions on their advice to the younger generation. Could I ask you just a few quick questions up here?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. We'll just come. Awesome.
It's a nice car.
What industry did you decide to
dream.
pursue a career in?
Software engineering, and then I turned it into marketing.
Are you a business owner now?
Yes.
And how long have you been a business owner for?
I've been running my agency for 9 years.
You've had longevity as an entrepreneur for nearly 10 years now. 90% of businesses don't make it past 5 years. So what would you say is the most...
That's true. The first year of a business are probably the hardest year of the business. Of course, it can get difficult further down the road when the market changes, when you have financial orders or you get into some trouble, it can be possible, but most businesses fail in the beginning, in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So if you can get over that period of time, you are probably have a greater chance of success in the future.
Most common mistake that business owners make that prevents them from having longevity?
Okay, so a couple things. I've run a startup and failed.
Yeah, that's totally normal to fail. If you're completely new to the world of entrepreneurship, you're probably not gonna have the best idea or the best process or the best result in the beginning, but you should try and fail. Fail quick, fail fast, save your money and do it again and again and again. And don't give up, guys. Never give up. Only people that quit fail. If you don't quit, you will not fail and you will succeed eventually. I believe in you.
Building a startup and the company wasn't a huge success. It ended up being acquired, but ultimately it wasn't the multi-billion-dollar company I expected it to be. And in those days it was don't get down on yourself, don't start second guessing yourself, and just keep working at it. Every single day is a new day, and you can do something new with that. You can always keep trying to move forward. I think that's the biggest thing is keep moving forward with everything that you're doing, right? If there's a mistake that you made or you don't see sales going the right way, just keep trying and keep pushing at it and trying to figure out what you can do to get to that next level.
Exactly. That's a big part of being an entrepreneur. Coming up with new ideas, new solutions, solving problems on the day-to-day basis. Of course, you have to manage your own operation, making customers happy, making your employees happy, making sure you sell enough products so the money keep flowing in, ensuring that you're having some cash flow that you can pay the bill at the end of the month. But a huge quality that make entrepreneurs successful is problem solving. You're gonna have tons of problems that you have to answer for, that you're gonna have to solve on a daily basis. And it's your job as the entrepreneur, as the business owner, to come up with solutions for these problems. So that totally makes sense. And that's really, really good advice.
But also make decisions. I think the biggest thing that's helped me in my career has been I'm very quick to make a decision. I feel like I can make a decision in a split second, and I don't overthink things and don't worry about too many things. I just jump right in. Early on, I always just was I hustled. I figured out how to get stuff done, and I never took any shortcuts, is what I'll say.
You've got great advice. Thank you so much for your time, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
and one last final thing, any advice to someone who wants to own a Porsche one day? This is a multi-$100,000. This is a lot of people's dream car. Any advice?
Yeah, once you are a multi-millionaire, you can afford every car you want, so it's not really a problem for him probably. But before you get a nice car, make sure you invest your money. So the money you have now will be worth much less in the future. So make sure you save money, reinvest in your business, and invest your personal finances as well.
My dream car. When I was a kid, I actually used to always go to the auto show with my dad, and I'd get the 911 posters or pamphlets or whatever, and I'd hang them up in my room. And it's been my dream car. Just work hard, invest well, save, and go for it.
All right, you guys. My man was driving down the street in the Porsche, and we yelled at him from outside of the car. "Excuse me, sir." We let him know about the channel and what we do. Went up to him and asked him some questions. It turns out he was a beast entrepreneur, a marketing multimillionaire. Started out as a software engineer, transitioned. Now he's a business mogul. So caught him in the Porsche and gave some incredible advice. Shout out to that man right there. Let's get the next one.
Very nice interview,
we're out
amazing
in
advice.
Calabasas in Los Angeles, California. This is one of the wealthiest parts in the entire city. And as I said earlier, man, Los Angeles, this is the number 6 city in the entire world with the most millionaires. We're here at our next multi-million-dollar house out in Calabasas. We're gonna go up to it, see if we can get some game from the owner, figure out how they were able to put themselves in a house like this.
Okay, let's go.
Hello, sir. Quick question for you. My 2 friends and I, we started a channel in Austin, Texas that we grew to over 2 million followers. We go all over the country just asking people a few quick questions on their advice to the younger generation of kids starting out in the real world today. We thought you had a beautiful house. Wanted to know if we could ask you a few quick questions for the channel.
Oh, man, I love Austin. Of course, man. I'd love to help you.
That's very nice of him. That's very nice of him to accepting me to the home and answering his question. That's very nice.
That's amazing. Is it cool if we come in? Hey, he opened that up, so.
And some nice cars
You
as
guys see
well.
the Lamborghinis, got the Aston Martin out. Got a whole bunch of cars. We got to figure out what this guy did to be able to put himself here. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's up?
Man, you got a beautiful house here.
Thank you.
Are you from Los Angeles originally?
Well, I was born in Colombia. I came here when I was 6 years old.
How did you end up in Los Angeles?
So my parents, they had this dream to come to the U.S. and unfortunately it became a nightmare because 2 weeks after we came to the U.S., our home got raided by law enforcement and both my parents ended up in jail.
How were you able to bounce back from that? Kind of like going through that at an early age? Like what was the turning point that really allowed you to kind of build all of this?
Well, at 10 years old, when they really put my dad away for a long time, I made him a promise that I'd take care of the house. And I became the head of household at 15 years old. And I got a chance to start working early, and then I started hustling.
You got a super nice spot here. This is a multi-million-dollar home. Could we check out the spot a little bit inside?
Check it out.
Awesome.
Let's go. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that looks already very, very good. Very good decoration. Very good furniture. I actually like the colors a bit. It's kind of sober, kind of classic. A lot of wood, a lot of raw wood. And white walls. I like this a lot, actually. And a swimming pool. Nice.
What industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Home security. I've had that now for 25 years, and I just started a solar company a year and a half ago, which just happens to be the 20th fastest growing company in Inc. 5000 magazine.
How old were you when you started your first business?
I was 21 years old.
Starting a business at 21, not everybody can do that, but congratulations, man. You've been very successful, very young at a young age. I can tell.
And how old are you now?
I'm 46.
What's the most amount of money that your business has ever generated in a single year?
It'll be this year. We'll do 200 million.
Scaling is one of the hardest things to do as a business owner. A lot of people, they'll have that great idea, but they don't know how to scale and grow it. So how have you been able to scale to a 9-figure business?
It has to come back to influence, right? Because to bring in good people, they have to believe in you. You know, your dream's got to be so big that everybody's dream can fit inside of it.
Okay. That's a great quality. That's actually great advice. If you want to be successful as an entrepreneur, if you want to be a multi-millionaire, you have to surround yourself with great people. You have to make people join your team. You have to get people hired. You have to make people believe in you, believe in your mission, believe in what you are doing. And the best way to do that is, of course, having a great mission, having a great goal, having a great vision. And it's your job as the entrepreneur, as the business owner, to guide people towards the mission and to make everything succeed. But of course, you have your own talent, you have your own strengths and weaknesses, and you cannot rely 100% of the time on yourself. You have to surround yourself with a great team that work together towards the vision that you have for the business.
Again, the good people, they have a lot of options, but you got to take the first step. Faith is really taking action before you have what you need. I remember as soon as I started the home security company, I bought the minivan before I actually had the people. Because we used to go in minivans and I used to fill all of them up and we used to go door to door. I didn't have a team yet, but I bought the minivan knowing that the people were coming. When you put money behind something, that's when you know you're committed. I call it a necessity level. A necessity level is this sudden willingness that untaps this tremendous amount of ability that you didn't know you had. That's why I've always been great at putting myself in pressure situations that increase my urgency level. I believe low stress is low performance. But when you put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, that's when...
That makes sense. That's actually great advice, to go beyond what you're used to, beyond your comfort zone, putting yourself in situations where stress is high, where you feel uncomfortable, when you feel as you jump into the unknown, where you're not as that much comfortable and secure, so that you can put out a better performance. But it depends also on your personality. Some people react very well under stress when they have a goal that they absolutely need to reach within the day or within the month. And some people don't do very well under stress and perform poorly if they are stressed out, if they don't know exactly what they are doing in a situation in particular. So it depends on how you respond to the problem, how you respond to stress input. But as a general advice, when you are stressed out, when you absolutely need to reach your goal and your life depends on it, then that's probably where you're going to put out the best performance and do everything in your power to make what you're doing succeed.
And that greatness that lies within comes out.
What's been your secret to sales? You know, you've sold hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue at your company throughout your career, but how have you really been able to land big deals with massive clients over all these years?
I've always gone out of my way to validate the business that I'm in to give me confidence. So like when I started selling home security, going door to door, I would look up articles of home invasions. I would look up fire accidents that were happening. And what that did is it filled me up with belief, with confidence. And that's important
yeah,
because
I can see
the more
that's a good strategy, actually.
will always influence the less certain person. People don't have to believe what you're saying, they have to believe that you believe what you're saying, because everything's a transfer of belief.
You've generated hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue throughout your career. What has been the best financial advice that you've ever received throughout your lifetime?
One of the great things that I did when I first started was I would split my check 3 ways, and I would live on a third of it. One would go towards IRS and savings, and then the other one would go towards a reserve account that no one could touch.
Yeah.
That's actually amazing personal finance advice. To have a portion of your income that goes towards savings and that you don't touch at all. It's actually very good. And that money, with that money, you can invest. You can save for the future, save for when you are going on a rent, for example. So it's actually very good to have a portion of your income saved up every month.
To me, that reserve account did not exist. And that reserve account has always helped me through tough times, because in life and pain are inseparable, and you're gonna have to go through some tough times. Because I like nice things, but being able to cut it 3 ways allowed me not to live outside my means. Right. That said, I was huge on having nice things. It's what made me want to work hard. You know, I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be rare. You know, at 21 years old, I wanted to be the first 21-year-old in my city driving a Mercedes convertible. I didn't want to do it when I was 28, because by then everybody had a Mercedes, right? So just little ways that I would compete against myself. I mean, if you don't come from a rich family can come from you. And I made the decision in my...
I don't really agree with that. You should not focus on getting nice things. Well, when you're young, when you come from nothing, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna put your money somewhere where it doesn't grow. You're not gonna invest, you're not gonna save enough, you're gonna focus on the exterior things, on the material things. Some people are really motivated by material things, but keep in mind that the material things are what don't matter in life. What matters the most are, of course, what you can do for the world, what you can do for other people, the relationship you build, the experience that you have throughout your life with your friends, with your parents, with your family, with your partner or your spouse. That's what really matters the most, and what should actually be motivating you to work out and succeed, to work hard and succeed, yeah.
Family, that I was going to be the one person that changed my family tree forever.
Guys, that's a wrap on today's video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for some amazing content coming soon. And everybody click right here to watch us going all around Miami, Florida, asking multimillionaires how you can become successful in today's world.
That was a great video, very entertaining. We learned a lot. The millionaires in this video gave actually amazing advice. We've seen some nice cars, some nice houses. It was very good. So give the channel a subscribe and a like on the video. I hope you enjoy it too, guys. Thank you for staying with me to the end. Thank you for watching today, and I will see you in the next video. As always, bye bye.